Hello everyone, this is Dr. Illusion and welcome to my first live commentary video with the Bone Shaker. So the tuning of my Bone Shaker is max 0505 and in Pro Kits we have 4041 for a total rank of 1290. So let's get on with the first multiplayer race. So we have Great Wall as our first multiplayer race and boom, I just knocked down the SLK. So you can see that I have better acceleration than the TVR or the SLK, but because the TVR has better speed than I am and its acceleration is only slightly worse, it already caught up. And the SLK, because it has much worse acceleration, took a while, but again it already caught up. But it just somehow wrecked there, so I am in second place still. And you can see that at my rank of 1290, I am going at 368 kilometers an hour, which is not very impressive compared to other multiplayer cars like the Cobra, M2, Fork, SLK, you name it. There are a lot of cars. And I believe the speed is real speed, there's no fake speed involved. Here I barreled to get some nitro and the SLK just passed me. I was hoping to land on it, but I didn't. But one good thing about this car is its handling is decent, so you can see that I took the curves better than the SLK. But again, keep in mind that the drift radius is still pretty wide, so you'll have to micro drift a lot of the corners to get some better race time. And here the SLK is already caught up to the TVR ahead. And I thought, well, I'm not gonna be able to beat either of those, but the TVR got knocked down, I believe, and I managed to knock it down. I believe when I knocked down the TVR, it was out of nitro as well, so it kind of struggled to keep up. And again, the TVR also has a very bad grip radius, but very good handling, so depending on how the driver takes these corners, it could be very good or very bad. But here I decided to stop to allow him to get some points, and you can see that despite having an extra tank, the SLK prevailed. So let's get on with the second race. So second race is also on Great Wall, but this time I have an SLK and two Camaros that are all higher ranked than I am. The SLK is right behind me, it is 100 ranks higher, so that's why it's managing to catch up or come right behind my tail and pass me like that. Usually they take longer if they were in the 1200s range, because usually if you have 1200 rank SLK, they don't upgrade their acceleration, but I believe the guy ahead upgraded its acceleration. The Camaros behind me, they are also 100 ranks higher, so going at least 100 kilometers an hour faster, but somehow I am keeping ahead of them. So we'll see how long it takes before the Camaro drivers pass this car. Actually, as soon as I said that, we can see the Camaro drivers in the map and quickly catching up. Here I barreled again to get some nitro, and while I did that, one of the Camaros passed me, but because I took the curves a little bit better than he did, I managed to keep up. But here comes a straight section of the map and the Camaros are starting to pull away. And at this point, I thought all hope was lost. I mean, there's no way I can catch up to those cars that are going much faster than I am. So if that was the case, I would have cut this video as I like to do, but somehow this Camaro guy wrecked. So I had a little bit of a battle here between the Camaro and I. And I was scared the Camaro would knock me down, but then, boom! I knocked it down instead. And you can see on the left that the other Camaro somehow stalled in the middle. I don't know what happened. It could be a connection issue. And then somebody quit. So I thought the Camaro that stalled quit because, you know, usually the stalling means your internet is dying on you. But as you'll see when I finish the race, it wasn't the Camaro that quit, it was the SLK. So I have no idea how that happened. Okay, I'm waiting for the Camaro to pass me, but here you'll see the result. Yeah, so the Camaros were actually ahead of me and the SLK that was coming first quit for some reason. So here we have Sector 8 reverse. And because this car has a very wide drift radius, you can see that I am struggling here to take a good curve. But I managed to still take a better curve than the Cobra behind me and also the SLK. Here the Cobra is higher ranked and the SLK is lower ranked, but with this car's speed, I don't think the rank of the Cobra or the SLK matters much. They will just catch up to me, whatever I do. Here again, because I took the curve a little bit better, I'm still ahead of the Cobra. But here's the straight section of Sector 8 reverse. And you can see the SLK now passed me. Cobra also passed me, and I am in 3rd place. This car does not have a good nitro duration, so you'll have to keep drifting or perform stunts to gain more nitro, which is one annoying factor about this car. I wish it had a better nitro, but more importantly, better speed. So here we finish in 3rd place despite having an extra tank. It didn't really help this car. So let's get on with the 4th race. So in this race, I had a very interesting time with an SLK and another Bone Shaker. So here I knocked down the SLK because that's what you do if you're not driving an SLK. So that other Bone Shaker is slightly higher ranked but single tanked. So I think those two balances each other out because I am lower ranked but double boosted. So a lot of people think that Ipanema Showdown is a twisty map, so not good for Camaros or SLKs. But I don't think it's a twisty map. Personally, I think it's a very straight map, so it's actually good for SLKs and Camaros. But surprisingly, the car behind me is not the SLK, it is the other Bone Shaker. I don't know what happened with the SLK, it might have taken the curves incorrectly or it might have wrecked. But yeah, for the first lap, I am racing against the other Bone Shaker. And here, because I was running out of nitro, I decided to flat spin this part. And here comes lap 2, and we see the SLK quickly catching up to the second Bone Shaker. It passes it, and now it's right behind me. And here I try to knock it down, I try to bump it into a wall. But I was racing a ghost, as you can see, it just reappeared in front of me. So, if you have an SLK in any of the races, it's really hard to beat them. I don't think I've beaten any SLKs in this car yet. But on the positive side, I am ahead of the other Bone Shaker. So yeah, if you think about it, this map is quite straightforward. You just keep going straight and the end is quite near. I don't even know if that made sense. But here, I decided to stop for the other Bone Shaker in case he was playing a ticket race, and then he stopped. So I was like, oh, maybe we can take a selfie. I will park here. But then he finished the race. So I was like, oops. So you can see the SLK was higher ranked, triple boosted, so we had very little chance of beating it. Here is one race where I don't have any SLKs or Cobras or M2s, but the Donkavort knocked me down. And so I decided to play a little bit of a catch-up game to see if this car is better than the Donkavort. And you can see that I already passed one Donkavort because it wrecked. And ahead we have two Donkavorts, one Holden and one Servolt. And because this car has slightly better speed than all four, I am catching up, especially with me taking the barrel that boosted my airspeed. So this car, I really like the design. I think the nitro flames are very unique. You don't see any other car in Asphalt 8 that has nitro flames going sideways. Well, there are a lot of cars that have nitro flames going sideways, but not multiple nitro flames all going sideways. So it's a very unique look on this car. And I also like the Hotwheels flags that are sticking out at the end. They look pretty darn sexy to me. So it's a shame how it's not a good multiplayer car. If Gameloft improved its speed, it would have been a very enjoyable car to drive. Both visually and, because the handling is quite good. Acceleration is not bad. It would have been quite a good car. But if you didn't get this car through a championship, I don't think you missed out on anything, because this car does not show up on the events. At least it hasn't shown up on any of the events so far. Does not have a mastery, so you can't get any rewards. And yeah, for multiplayer, it's not a very good car. Kinda wish Gameloft would make events specifically for Hot Wheels cars. That would be very nice, because otherwise these cars would be just sitting in my garage collecting dust, as well as other people's garages. So yeah. Anyway, here I decided to again stop for the Holden that kept up to me for the whole 2 laps. But somehow it decided to knock me down, and karma struck it, and I came first, and it came second. It would have gotten more points if it didn't knock me down on purpose like that. In my last race, I have Donkavorts that again knocks me down, because that's what Donkavort players do. They have extreme acceleration and they like to just knock people down in the beginning. But that is not my biggest concern. As you can see, I have a Camaro that is higher ranked, triple boosted, and so that would be a difficult race for me to beat that Camaro. But somehow it, I don't know what happened, but it slowed down there, so I am in 3rd place, catching up to those Donkavort because their speed is not very good. And here the Donkavort took the barrel very high, so I am now in 1st place. So you can see the Camaro behind us is quickly catching up. Right now it just murdered one of the donkeys savagely, and now it's passing the 2nd donkey, and now it's hot on my tail. Here I decided to do a barrel to get some nitro, because the nitro duration on this car isn't so good. And here I am cautiously driving so that the Camaro driver would not knock me down, but somehow it just fell off the road over there, so I am still in 1st place. I think that Camaro driver needs to improve its driving around these sharp corners. so that it doesn't slow down, it doesn't fall off the road. But anyway, I am pulling ahead, and we'll see if the Camaro is able to catch up. But in the meantime, since this is the last race, I just wanted to thank you all for your support throughout the 10 months that my channel has existed. And it means a lot to me when you like my videos, when you comment, and show your support during my live streams. So thank you again, and I hope you found this first commentary video okay. Let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions or things that I need to improve on. So thank you all, and I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Goodbye now.